Okay, sorry about that. It shut off. So we're starting to be another video. I'm going to show you how to use a clinometer. I got it aimed at a stake here right in front of you. Hopefully you can see the stake down to the right. I'll show you a close-up of the clinometer itself. This will work. There's the clinometer. You can see that little dial in the middle. As I tip it one way, it goes up and down. And what you're actually doing is looking through this end here. You're keeping your eye open, and I'll try to sketch that out. You actually see a dial going up and down with numbers to the right and then a horizontal line, and I'm going to go show you what I'm doing and then try to draw and explain what I saw. So you walk over the first stake. Get your clinometer level with this stake. You look through with both eyes and find the top of the other stake and line up your horizontal lines. And in a little bit of an optical illusion, you can see the outside stake with both eyes and then read the number to the right, and it's just a little under 1%, about 1/2 to 3/4%. So basically what we have here, I should have drawn this ahead of time. Bear with me here. Now this isn't exact, but that's what you kind of see in the eyeball. You got the crosshairs. Your horizontal line is what you're lining up with the top of each stake. And as you do that, that dial's going to go up and down. I don't know if you can see those numbers there to the right. And you read them off. Each one of those is a % slope. And it was just below the first line. So it was about 1/2% slope on this hill. So I'm going to keep this running and drive down and look at pits 2, 3, and 4. Kind of discuss those. There's no need to write anything down. So bear with me here. I'm going to grab my camera. Hopefully this will start. I had to jump the Kubota this morning. Oh, come on. Get everything situated here. All right, it started right up. Let me collapse my holder here. Make it a little easier for me to navigate. Trying to do this so I don't have to upload 20 different videos to YouTube. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're just going to go by this first slope stake. So we're heading down the path here. You can see, kind of see the spoils of pit 2. We're just going to kind of shoot by pit 2. We're not going to talk about it too much. But I'm going to slow up when I get to the pit. Kind of look down inside of it. Main thing we're looking for here is, you look down in there, you can see that's pretty dry, no water. And you can see some pebbles and rocks up there on the pile. Those pebbles and rocks were stratified at the bottom of the pit. Stratified means what? Glacial outwash. So the bottom of that pit, it's buried right now, is outwash. We'll kind of go through the answers here in a minute. But what I want to do is kind of slow down here. As you can see, we're heading up to pit 4. Pit 4 is at the very bottom of this slight slope. I don't know if you can tell, that's like in the bottom of a bowl or a depression. So we're going to head down there and look at that and see what that does to the profile here. As I approach it, try to look across the fence also, and you can see the field on the other side of the fence is higher than this pit also. So this pit 4 is in the lowest spot in this field. Everything angles towards it. This would be a concave type of situation or a depression where all the water would run to. Now it would take me a while to clean this pit out, but as you can see, it's holding the water. If you look at the spoils on the pile here, it's a lot darker than the other ones, which is typical. So this pit 4 is a deep, dark, poorly drained soil. If I dug down into that profile, down there at 18 and 20 inches, you would see some grayish colors. I'm going to spin around the hole here. And I'm going to look at the spoils again. I don't know if you can see all those rocks and pebbles and fine sands in there. Those were all stratified again at the bottom of this hole. If we took a closer look at this, this might even be a lacustrine. But to keep it simple, we're just going to say stratified layers of sands and gravel. So that's outwash. And then right above that, in both pits 3 and 4, we had some mixture of sands and gravel, so that would be glacial till. But we got that nice, deep, dark, silty material or loess at the top. So these particular pits had 3 parent materials. This pit 4 was the poorly drained pit. As you we're going to look back up the hill now. You can see the first pile would be pit 3, and then at the very top up there is pit 2. And then the one that we dug in was pretty much the same level as pit 2, but it's the highest elevation in this field was pit 1. And pit 1 was somewhat poorly drained. That pit 2 up there, if you dug down through there, that was predominantly all browns. We had some lighter browns, so we had some modeling. So that second pit there was a well-drained hole, leaning towards a moderately well-drained. This pit 3 coming up was a transition down into the very low spot. So it also had a little drainage issue that went somewhat poorly drained. But all 3 of these pits here, 2, 3, and 4, had that stratified sands and gravel down in the very base of that, making them all outwash. All 3 of them had a little bit of glacial till in there above the outwash, and then a loess material at the very top. This whole field is a little high in organic matter, so the surface horizons and all these, we kind of figured this was probably a prairie type of soil back in the day instead of a forest soil, which led to these higher concentrations of humus and a little darker surfaces. So that kind of puts the whole thing in perspective of how to look at a pit, whether you'd find various horizons. I'm going to look at a couple of the answers here. That pit 2, for example, if you look down through there, we found an A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different B horizons changing in different formations, and went down to about 130 centimeters. So that would have been 6 horizons. The colors range from a 10YR 4.6 to 4.4, and then silty clay loams all the way down through, and subangular blocky all the way down through, except for the surface area was a silty loam, silt loam, and it was a 3.3, a little darker. So that kind of gives you an idea of what the profiles would look like. And I discussed the different parent materials. So we're going to wrap it up there and call it a day for a soil profile lab.